Hi, and welcome to my channel. Or if you're a returning subscriber, hello again. It's so nice to see you back here for another video. I hope you're all having an amazing day today. My name is Tess Lark, and this is an art and beauty channel, so if those are videos you're interested in, make sure you're subscribed because I'm here for you every single week. And this week, I'm going to be showing you how to make this beautiful geode style resin epoxy mirror. I'm so excited to show you this project, and this is another commissioned resin epoxy mirror, and I was really excited to take this project on because I was really wanting to make another one of these mirrors. If you haven't seen my previous video where I make another Resin Geode epoxy mirror, I will go ahead and link that down below. And as always, I'll have all the materials that I used for this project linked down below in the description, so if you're interested in trying this for yourself, all of that information will be down there for you. And without further ado, let's just hop into this project. So to save some time in this video, I went ahead and I pre-mixed my resin, and I've got about 40 milliliters of clear resin here. I'm using the Naked Fusion resin, it's their artist resin, and I'm just going to separate this out into some cups, which I'll be mixing up my colors. I'll be mixing much more black than my other two colors, as that's my base color, so I'll also be mixing up a little bit of dark purple and also a lighter purple. Next, I'll be using some hot glue to attach my larger crystals and some amethyst pieces onto the mirror. And also, if you do like this video, please don't forget to give it a like. It not only helps out my channel a whole lot, but it also lets me know that I'm making content that you want to see from me. After I have my large crystals secured in place, I'll go ahead and start pouring just a thin layer of my black resin, using my popsicle stick to really get that around those crystals, and that's going to help to attach them, as well as attach this crushed glass onto the piece. And next I'll begin to lay out my colors, starting with my dark purple. Next up, I'll be adding some black to the piece, and when I'm doing this, I don't want to pour too much because the resin will move around a bit and I don't want it to take up too much of the space of the actual mirror. When I have all of my colors laid down, I'm going to go ahead and use my heat gun to start heating up the resin. And as the resin gets hotter, it's more easy to start pushing it around and blending out some of those colors together and getting some really cool patterns, designs, and some cool cells start to form as well. And then just taking some of my colored resin here, this is the dark purple, to reinforce some of those lines and give it a little bit more movement. And using some of my lighter purple here just to make that line really nice and crispy. And then I've got this pretty crushed glass that I'm going to put up right on the top of that line there. And my camera wasn't recording the first part of this, but just right along the top there, and using a paintbrush to clean that up just a little bit. And this is the end of day one. After this, I'll go ahead and let this piece cure until moving on to the next step. And I went ahead and I took the tape off of my mirror after about 6 hours before the resin had completely cured. But now that the resin is completely cured, I'm going to go ahead and just reinforce some of those crushed glass lines. So I've got some more of my crushed glass here, and I'm mixing just a little bit of resin into it. I want to make sure that it stays really chunky and doesn't spread too much. So I've got a bag, just a little sandwich baggie here that I'm going to be using as a piping bag. So I'm just going to get all of that in there as well as I can, twist it off and cut off the top, and then I'll just be using that to pipe in some more of this crushed glass and just reinforce some of those lines that I made before, along with adding a couple more little details. I'll also be using my popsicle stick and my fingers just to make sure that all of that crushed glass is nicely within the frame in a nice clean line, and also is not popping up too much and really sticking down to the piece. I'm really just taking my time here to clean up these lines. And the reason why I like to let my resin cure before moving on to this step is that if I do this while the resin is still curing, a lot of the crushed glass tends to kind of fall into the resin, but if I wait for it to be cured, you get a really nice ridge and it's a little bit more lifted, so you get more texture in the finished piece. When I'm happy with how this looks, I'll go ahead and let this cure before moving on. So I've just got my Deco Premium Color paint pen here, and I've got it in this silver color. And I'm just going to go ahead and reinforce some of those thicker lines, as well as adding a couple detail lines. And just a little shameless plug, I do sell all of my art, and you can commission me for custom pieces on my Etsy, which is fragilebeings.com. I will also link that down below in the description. And after just a few minutes, when that paint pen dries, it's time to top coat. So I've mixed up about 20 milliliters of clear resin here, and I'm just going to pour a thin coat of this clear resin over the entire piece. I'll be using my fingers to spread that out because I don't want to pour too much. I don't want it to go over the frame or onto the actual mirror itself. And I'm so sorry about the change in lighting. I'm dumb and I forgot to turn off the kitchen light. I hope it's not too distracting. And after I have the piece completely top coated, it's going to be time to let that go ahead and set and cure again, and this piece will be all finished. Alright, so that is it for me this week. Also, I don't know if you can tell, but with this video, I really tried to cut down any sort of excess filming and really keep it interesting, keep it flowing, and keep it pretty quick. And let me know down below in the comments if you like a longer form format where things are broken down a little bit more in depth and you can see more details of each step, or let me know if you like this kind of faster paced content. I think it's a little bit more attention grabbing, but I also want to know what you guys like best. And another little announcement, I think that I'm going to go ahead and take next week off. It is important for me every now and then to take some time to just create for the sake of creating without a camera on, because creating YouTube videos is kind of like its own project where I'm not only thinking about the project that I'm making, but I'm also thinking about camera angles and keeping things visually interesting, making sure everything's in focus. So I do want to take a little bit of time and just do some work on my own without the camera, and also do some spring cleaning. I was kind of thinking that my next video may be some sort of like cleaning out my art space. So if anybody is interested in that, let me know below. And also for the like cleaning out my art space video, I'm thinking about answering a couple questions that you guys might have about me, my work, my personal life, anything like that. So if you do have a question for me, let me know in the comments below what that question is, and I will more than likely answer it in the next video. I will also go ahead and post a couple Ask Me Anythings on my Instagram, which I will link as well in the description, so you can follow me there, ask me some questions, and I will probably answer your question in the next video. We are coming up on 100 videos and we just hit 1,600 subscribers here, so thank you so much for everybody who's tuned in week by week, left me comments, gave it a like, maybe even shared a video with a friend that you think might like it. It really helps my channel out so much, and I appreciate you guys more than you know. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you did make it all the way to the end, leave me a octopus emoji in the comments just to confuse anyone who hasn't made it this far. I hope that this video inspires you to make something of your own today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!